Alright, so here is our test run of the NeverWet multi-surface liquid repellent treatment. It's a two-step process, can 1 and can 2. It treats, it says, only 10 to 15 square feet, costs roughly $20. So I don't know how much that's worth it. 10 to 15 square feet isn't actually very much. So you spray on step 1. It says actually to do it in 2 directions, which is almost impossible if you're trying to get something that's almost the entire square footage. And coat each layer first horizontally and then vertically, or in 2 directions. And then you do wait a half hour till after it's cured, and you use the step 2 and do the same thing with. So it seemed to work okay. I did both coats. Here we have an umbrella. You can see some of the striping. It did add a light fuzzy thing, kind of a frosty kind of set of lines and whatnot to it. Let's see, where's the spot where you can see? Yeah, you can see right here there's a nice frosty spot. In the darker colors it's not as easy to see, but you can vaguely see how there's some lines and striations to it. It's an old umbrella. It's a pretty large size though, so I really pushed the maximum square feet possible. So we're going to do a water test and try and dump some water and see how well the beading action works. Okay? I'm going to pour some water on there. Oh, wow. Yeah, it's definitely working well. Bing. That water is jumping off there. I'll try and get on real close where you can actually see it's beading. Boom, just shooting right off. Just as advertised. Not a single drop is hanging to the surface anywhere on here. So it appears to work rather well. Yeah, it's jumping right off. It's kind of spraying down and hitting the ground, right around it. Shooting off, though. It's not clinging at all. Shooting so fast that you can actually see how there's a bit of an arc as the umbrella comes down, and the lines, shooting way out because they have no friction. So almost virtually frictionless with this type of coating. So also, there's one more thing I was going to try. I had used the 2 cans on the umbrella, and then had only enough in each can, just a little bit of, I drained the can out. Not on this Carhartt hoodie, the entirety, just on the hood. Kind of looks like it's dusty or old, or might have, some dust on it, but, not too frosty. It does add a little bit of a texture to the surface itself. And if you want, I might pour some water on this. And then, just shooting right off. I do have a little bit of a cling there, but not much. You can see the water, it's kind of bouncing right off. So, whereas in the spots where it's obviously not coated, I just coated just the hood because that's all I had, and you can see how the water droplets are clinging to it everywhere. But on the hood where I did it, I've got a couple on there. Let me shake them around and see if they shake off. Yeah, for the most part they're all shaking off. So it obviously does what it says. Does distort the color a little bit, but not too bad, and does add somewhat of a rubbery or a sticky kind of texture to it. But works pretty well.